Dr. Kaufman. Thank you and welcome to the Valder Beebe Show here live in Dallas, Texas. How are you today?
Wonderful, thank you.
I want my audience to know that Dr. Harvey Kaufman is a Senior Medical Director at Medical Information at Quest Diagnostics. Dr. Kaufman, let's get started because I'm talking more and more about the pandemic every day with my guests. So since the beginning of the pandemic, there's been a significant drop in the diagnosis of types of cancer. What can you tell me about these different types of cancer?
Yeah, Valder, we didn't wake up this morning saying, let's talk about cancer, but we probably woke up saying, how can we have a great day? How can we live a long, healthy life? How can we reduce our risk for cancer? And how can, if we had cancer, have it detected early so we have the best chance of cure? That's what we're talking about. And so in this Quest Diagnostics Health Trend Study published in the Journal of Clinical Oncology, Clinical Care Informatics, we looked at 1.1 million people who are newly identified with cancer in the Quest Diagnostics database, largest study of its kind, to ask that question: what was the impact of the pandemic? In the early months of the pandemic, we think about March, April, May, when we knew very little about the virus and doctors' offices were mostly closed and routine care was hard to find, there was a 30% plunge in the number of people newly identified with cancer. When we add on another period, we expected a rebound, but it was still down 15%. And then when we added one more year, the most recent year in the study, it was still down 11% compared to before the pandemic. COVID-19 didn't cure cancer. Cancer did not take a pause. We did. We paused in our screening of cancers in terms of fewer mammograms, fewer events for colorectal cancer screening, and other cancers.
Is it now? I'm meeting more and more people with cancer in my little media world, people who've been diagnosed with cancer, and they're in such a late stage. Is that a part of the report also, too?
It's not what we studied, but there are other reports suggesting exactly that people with breast cancer are coming into the hospital with more severe disease. People with prostate cancer have longer lengths of stay. And so the impact of a delay in diagnosis is exactly that, which is that some people will show up at a more advanced stage, require more aggressive therapy, have more side effects, and have worse outcomes. So if you think about the year after year, decade after decade of progress in fighting cancer, we've had a 1/3 reduction in cancer deaths in the past 30 years alone. That's a great story. And that story is now at risk because of what we observed, and that we're likely to see more cancers diagnosed next year and the next decade unless we take actions now.
What are the actions, doctor, that we can take to get this under control in a sense?
Yeah, Valder, there are several things. We can talk to our doctors. We generally trust our doctors for good, reliable information. The American Cancer Society has great information at cancer.org. And then for some cancers that are spread by genes that we inherit from our parents, hereditary cancers, there's a free online quiz available at Quest Diagnostics at questhereditarycancer.com, QUESTHERDITARY cancer.com. Again, we want to wake up tomorrow morning saying, how am I going to have a great day? How am I going to have a long, healthy life? Reduce my risk for cancer. And if I were to have cancer, to have it detected early through cancer screening so we have the best chance for cure and a long, healthy life.
You've kind of already answered this, but I want to just drive this point home. Early detection is our best tool to fight, one of our best tools to fight cancer, correct?
Absolutely. And there are many different types of cancer that are identified early, such as mammograms are great for breast cancer. There's many different options for colorectal cancer. There's PSA and digital rectal exam for prostate cancer. There's lung scans for lung cancer for those who are at increased risk. The risk varies based on age, sex, and other risk factors. And so one needs to find out information as to what is the right time and the right test to detect cancers at an early stage.
Dr. Kaufman, I want to thank you so much. And once again, where do they go online and find more information?
For the hereditary cancers, it's questhereditarycancer.com, QUESTHERDITARY cancer.com. Thanks, Mulder.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to you.
You too.
I broadcast on radio, streaming TV, podcast, and in print publications. I interview the world's most fascinating authors, all because I love a good book. This summer, I partnered with WPS for BB's Summer Book Giveaway. We're giving away New York Times bestsellers and award-winning books. Books that inspire me, and I'm sure they'll inspire you. To be eligible to win a copy of Jesus Can Give You a New Life, answer this question. What is God's greatest gift to mankind? You'll find the answer in John 3:16 of the Bible. Send your response to the email at the bottom of the screen. I'm Valder Beebe, and I'll see you for the next BB Summer Book Giveaway.